Hi everybody, my name is Bill Ward. You are listening to Rock 50. Everybody out there, today I want to wish you, first of all, a very, very happy new year. I'm here with my host, Mike Stark. Happy New Year, Mike.
Happy New Year to you.
Thank you. I hope it'll be a great year for everybody and for all the music and for the show and just good times and good stuff. We've got some great stuff coming up right now, okay? Good stuff. As mentioned earlier, Drum Segue this month features Charlie Benante, drummer extraordinaire from Anthrax. And I'm going to read a little bit of Charlie's bio. And also, I wanted to get some extra information from Charlie. And he was very kind enough to send me a telephone message on some questions that I had sent to him. So I'm going to go over that now. So for those of you who don't know, Charlie Benante plays drums, does a lot of work in Anthrax, writes, composer in the band Anthrax, and just go over a couple of things about Charlie right now. His birth name is Charles Lance Benante, born in the Bronx, New York, United States of America. Wow. November the 27th, 1962, right about the time of the Beatles. And Benante joined Anthrax in 1983 prior to the recordings of his band's debut album, Fistful of Metal, and has been the band's drummer to the present day. He's known for having a very fast double kick technique, no shit Sherlock, and has been credited as one of the pioneers of double bass, as well as popularising the blast beat technique with thrash metal. So, very bad impression there. But you can hear Charlie doing that today when we start playing the Anthrax music and Charlie's drumming. Some other things about Charlie. He's also an accomplished guitarist, contributing lead guitar into SOD's Speak English or Die album, as well as the majority of the music for Anthrax. Along with his musician duties, Benante is also a graphic artist and has created many of Anthrax's covers and T-shirt designs. So talented, you know. So well done, Charlie. His genres: heavy metal, thrash metal, and speed metal, and that's Charlie. Occupation: musician, songwriter, artist. Instruments. Check out the instruments, Mike, that he plays: drums, percussion, guitar, keyboard, synthesizer, saxophone, theremin, blues harp, and he does vocals as well. So, and the years that he's been active, 1982 to present, and that's just a little bit about Charlie Benante there. I always like to try to. You know what I'm forgetting? I'm getting ahead of myself here. I'm going to give you some of Charlie's stuff that he uses on stage, and in the studio, some of his equipment. And this is for the student information there. So, first of all, Charlie endorses Tama drums and hardware. He uses Pace cymbals, Vic Firth sticks, Evans drum heads, and D-drum electronics. Prior to switching to Tama's Speed Cobra pedals in 2010, Benante was one of the few drummers who used Tama's HP35 Camco chain drive pedals equipment he has used since 1984. I've used that stuff myself, and it's really good. It's really good stuff. So, use Pace cymbals and, to be more specific, Paced Rude cymbals, which are excellent cymbals. Of course, I don't use Paced Rude anymore, but I did for a number of years, and I thought they were excellent. I used them with Sabbath, and but of course I've been. I know this is about Charlie, but just to stop for a second, so we don't get caught up politically. I've been using Sabian cymbals for the past 28 or 29 years, so quite a long time with Sabian. Okay, Charlie uses 13-inch signature dark crisp hi-hats. 13-inch signature Mega Cup chime, 8-inch 2002 splash ears, 8-inch signature splash ears, 10-inch signature splash, 16-inch Rude Crash Ride, 17-inch Rude Crash Ride, all fast stuff, man, all fast stuff. 18-inch 2002 Crash Ride, 19-inch Rude Crash Ride. He uses the Mega Bell, cuts through bass, cuts through bottom. Sonically, it's great to use. 22 Signature Dark Metal Ride. And it goes on. Let's get to some of his. We got any information on his heads, on his. I'm looking for his drum sizes, but I might not have that information in front of me. It says that he uses Tama drums, but I don't have his. I don't have his drum sizes on this bio sheet that I've got. So, but that's okay. So. With all the drummers that we feature, I always try to get more information, and I basically do it because of the students. I like to see if I can ask the artists that I'm going to play if they'll share their vulnerable selves, and I think it's a good thing that the up-and-coming students, both male and female, know that there is a vulnerability with musicians. Sometimes when we see the veneer and the shine and the stardom and the things that we see in social media, TV, video, we often think of our heroes as permanent and kind of almost like impregnable. But many of us are human beings, of course. So I do like to see if we reach, especially on the drum segue, which is important to me, if we can find something that they might want to share, the artist might want to share. I asked Charlie a question. Will you share a vulnerability you wouldn't normally show about your drumming for the drum student who may be struggling, which is important. And Charlie left me a message, and he said the biggest challenge is being careful with the biggest song, and in his words, don't blow gas on the first song. Kind of like how you fill up a car with gas. Just don't come out balls out, that's what he's saying. Yeah, he's talking about pacing himself and making sure that when he comes out the gate, with pacing himself. Those of you who have watched Charlie play, his bass drum work is phenomenal. He hits hard. He comes out real. He gets in the ring, man. This guy fights. He's right there, and so I really can appreciate what he shared there when he talks about don't use up all your gas, man. In the first song, you got to take your time. You got to breathe. You got to take it easy. Come out, but remember that you're doing a show, and so take your time. He went on to say that he likes to pace himself, and he also wanted to mention to the student, especially, to put time in, and that they can't become great overnight. So for the impatient students, listen to what Charlie just says to you, man. We do have to be careful with our impatience and, I want to be there right now, and so I think that's a real nice piece of advice there from Charlie Benante. Charlie also went on to say, be as original as you can be and always challenge yourself. And he gave an example of how to challenge yourself. It's a great idea. Challenging yourself. He said play 4 or 5 drums at a time, play 10 drums at a time, play 8 drums at a time, and what that's going to do, it's going to make you work. I really I'm really grateful that you left the message and left that information. But being able to play a number of different drums, it'll make you think, it'll make you work, it'll stretch you out, it's all good stuff and stuff that drummers really need to have in their soul and in their mind, so that they can become better drummers than what they already might be right now. So, Having said all of that, okay, we're going to do about 25 minutes of Anthrax. So if you're all ready, Anthrax, a great metal band with a great metal drummer. Here's Charlie Benante. Man, Charlie just flies on Gung Ho. There's so much love, so much passion, so much energy in that. Man, you know, it's all in there, man. You can hear the passion, you can hear the strength. It's just like, man, it's really, really important stuff. Really important stuff. It's a quality, it's an attribute of a human being, man. It's really, really important. God, I love drumming. I love doing this segue. I love drummers. Anyway, great stuff, Charlie. Versatile, original, powerful, very important to metal and very important to the students. Just some extra information for you guys. We did contact Charlie, and Charlie actually picked 4 of the tracks. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, he did. He picked "Fight Until You Can't." That's from the Worship album. That's a great. They got great artwork on that Worship album, by the way, and there's a great picture of Charlie on that one. And then "Bring the Noise." That was from the Killer Bee album. "Finale." I call it "Finale." They call it "Finally." They're from the Bronx, man. They want to call it "Finally." They can call it "Finally," but it's actually spelled "Finale." So, yeah, I love it. That's from State of Euphoria, and then we also heard "Anthem," and that was from the album Anthems.